In this video, I want to talk with you about joints and muscles as lever systems. I have to start by talking about lever systems, and we're going to talk about two versions in an endoskeleton to start with. We always need to specify a pivot point, and so this and this can both move either up or down around the pivot. On both ends, this is moving up and down. Here's the pivot point. So the system I want to use for an endoskeleton would be your humerus or upper arm bone, and radius and ulna, your forearm bones. The hand would be out here, and this I've drawn larger than it is. This is your elbow. And here's the pivot where your humerus fits into your lower arm bones. The muscles we're going to talk about are arranged like this. The biceps, I'll call it B, and the triceps, I'll call it T. This is on the inner side and back of your arm, and you can feel both of them. With muscles, we always talk about extensors and flexors. An extensor changes the angle from a narrower, a smaller, more acute angle into a larger angle, and a flexor does the reverse, something from a large angle to something smaller. So an extensor would start at a sharper angle and make that longer. A flexor would start with a broader angle In this system, the biceps is a flexor because when it shortens, if the biceps becomes shorter, it pulls up. So the biceps is always making this go from a broader angle here about 90 to somewhere around 60 or 40 here. The triceps is an extensor. If it shortens, then it causes the back of the bone to go up, pivots around this pivot point, and makes the angle larger. So it's an extensor. So let me draw these the way I would recommend that you practice them if you're doing them on your own. So if you have to work with a muscle system, two muscles, A and B, if A contracts, A is a flexor because if A contracts, the anger is getting smaller, more acute. If B contracts, B gets shorter, pulls up on its part of the bone, the limb goes in this direction, so this angle here is about 120, whereas before, just to here, it was about 90 degrees. So B is an extensor. The angle is getting larger of the limb with the hand.